Salut à tous, c'est Popis, c'est Popitox et j'espère que vous avez tous la forme aujourd'hui. On se retrouve pour l'épisode 11 de L.A Noire. On va quitter. Allez. On va quitter la belle et le clochard à un moment de pluie.
Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Ah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
Bon.
4 hours straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
Il pleut.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it gonna stop?
Allez, viens.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
I know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Any Century unit possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit AM code 3 identified.
11K, go ahead.
Violence conjugale. Hein.
Well, I'm crazy, it's your fault. Running around behind my back. How am I supposed to trust you, goddammit?
Whoa, sir! I think you ought to calm down.
Mind your own goddamn business. Why is everybody always on my case?
Oh putain. Le vieux con. Hein.
Officer down! Watch it!
Ah.
Give it up, old man!
Hit the bastard.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Putain. Voilà. Vieux con. Putain. Bon. Ce que je voulais faire, bah, c'est aller directement à la scène de crime.
You can drive.
Alors on y va.
Detectives,
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
scene secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple grade again.
Ok.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Ok. Trace de pas.
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
D'accord. Ah, ça m'aidera pas pour l'enquête, ça.
No good to me.
Je vais voir un peu les alentours. Cigarette. Non plus.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Des billets.
Circumstantial.
Et des billets par terre. Non, non, c'est pas ce que je voulais faire là. Trace de pneus.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Autre chose dans le coin. Alors, la tête.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Rien. Rien non plus. Non. Bon. Pas beaucoup hein, de preuves. Hein. Qui c'est? C'est qui?
Detective, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
D'accord.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Ok. Allez, je vais appeler.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Ok.
Thanks for your help.
Bon. Est-ce qu'il y a des délits? Non. Aucun délit.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
On va aller au campement de clochard.
Fine. Where are we headed?
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Now, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Campement de clochard, midi 23.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Bon. Non, je vais voir. Je regarde un peu les alentours, mais pour l'instant rien.
Leave him be.
Excuse-moi.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those light buckets.
On va voir un peu.
Incidental.
Bon. Ça mènera nulle part ici. Ok, allez on y va. Je me case ici.
Can you drive to this one?
Where exactly are we going?
Là-bas.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Bon.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Bon. C'est quoi que je dois rechercher? F1363. F13.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Ah là c'est bon. Est-ce qu'il y a un délit quelque part? Non.
You know the way. You can drive.
Voilà.
Why? Where are we headed?
Ici.
got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Bon. Trésor 1.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news.
Merde.
Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Les parents.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Dad.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules a man as a suspect.
Ok.
Need to check if she was a regular.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
D'accord.
Doesn't tell me anything. Nothing significant. This isn't what we're looking for.
Ouais, c'est le même truc qu'on a vu tout à l'heure là.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Doesn't look like anything.
Elle est là.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Je vais de conduire.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Ok. Oh, des chaussures.
can see if Pinker can match the impression of the crime scene.
Bon.
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Bon.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. Bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Barron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
No.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. Played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
No.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Tarleton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you give in to them your entire life.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you.
Bon.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Bon.
This guy's story kind of rings true.
Moi je sais pas. Hein. Pour l'instant c'est suspect numéro 1.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going? This is the place.
Ah. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? J'ai oublié un truc, hein? Oula.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Et si je posais une question?
Please, can I have some time to explain to my daughters?
Pardon. Putain. J'avais oublié un indice.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Sounds like the Terrelson broad had her last drink at Baron's bar. We should check the place out.
Bon. Bizarre. Il cache quelque chose. Hein.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Continue to respond, sir.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrelson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
No.
That's a lie. You kept her here until past closing.
Say what? I'd like to see you go ahead and prove it, pal.
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that?
We don't have time for you to be making guesses. What time was it exactly?
And give me a break. I don't remember it to the second.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, two creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor, in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other men?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Okay.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD. Don't make me chase you, shitbird.
T'es enculerie, hein.
You can't let the son of a bitch get away.
I'll bring you coffee. Where's that goddamn waitress?
Go, Phelps. Get after it. Come on. You got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the big man.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road. Let's end this farce. Spin him out, Cole. The road's wet. All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Voilà.
Show me your hands. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Bon.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
What happened to the woman?
Your guess is as good as mine.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice, private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Bon. On va prendre le téléphone.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages for me?
Just a second. You have one new message from Lieutenant Fleischer. Bartender Benny Clough reports victim Teresa Terrellson last seen entering the yellow cab number 3591.
Can you have an APB put out on that vehicle? We'll need all sightings relayed to car 11K.
Sure, Detective. I'll radio dispatch now.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks, ma'am.
Bon. Alors, est-ce qu'il y a des délits? Non.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
Commissariat central. Hein.
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Salle 2. C'est où la salle 2?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Bon. Là, elle est normale.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Oh merde.
You started talking.
She looked good in her green dress. Up close, she was a little older than I thought, but like I said, I only had a 24-hour pass.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. If your story doesn't check out, Jessup, we're hanging you out to dry. Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assault.
Thanks.
Bon. Je regarde s'il n'y a pas des... Non, il n'y a rien.
You can drive. Fine. Where are we headed? Three suspects in the can and one in the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrelson picked up?
11K, roger.
Bon. C'est lui là, non?
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
We need you to stay copacetic. We need to hold out the cavalry. How do we do that? Like this. Fuck that, keep him down, fella.
If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for it!
Voilà. Mais bon.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Bon.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Vol d'un chargement de morphine, d'un gangster s'entretue pour la drogue, dit la police.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney. We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest?
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Ok. Bon. Ah, la corde.
Looks familiar. Says better to match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
C'est lui qui a fait le coup.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Ok. Bon. On a réussi. Regarde, c'est des délits.
You know the way. You can drive.
Where exactly are we going?
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We can charge the bum with murder. We're going this way.
So I gave him a dusting he wouldn't forget.
Interview.
Seems like a nice boy, putting all those hoodlums in jail.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in a flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Motif du meurtre.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Tarleton with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof.
Ah ouais? Et c'est quoi cette ce truc que j'ai découvert?
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Tarleton near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places.
Quel
I
connard.
go where I please.
You're lying, Ackerman. There must be a reason. You could have killed her in the camp.
My reasons are my own. Can you disprove what I say?
Empreinte de chaussures dans des traces de pneus.
Looks like I was mistaken. You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Tarleton.
Voilà, ça y est.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Bon. Chaque témoin est important, même le chauffeur de taxi qui est parmi les derniers à avoir vu Teresa vivante. Eh ouais. Du coup, le prochain, ça sera quoi?
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Du coup les amis, j'espère que cet épisode vous aura plu. N'hésitez pas à partager, à liker, à vous abonner et bien sûr faites ce que vous voulez. Je vous fais de très gros bisous et je vous dis à la prochaine pour un nouvel épisode sur L.A Noire. Bisous les amis.